Welcome to PVT 1977 channel. Subscribe to the channel. And don't miss the hottest news of the day. Our news today includes the following content. Zhao Lusi attended a music festival, singing and dancing for 7 minutes, and the famous scene of Medical Miracle was released. Zhao Lusi's energetic singing and dancing at the music festival caused controversy. Fans angrily criticized the organizer for shortening the performance time. Netizens questioned the authenticity of her previous depression statement and accused her of exploiting the disease to attract attention. At the same time, the cross-border performance and the connection with Zhao added to the public opinion storm, and the team's operation was accused of not wanting to mix in the domestic entertainment industry. Zhao Lusi appeared at a music festival, and she was full of energy on the stage, singing and dancing for a full 7 minutes, and the atmosphere on the scene was so high. But not surprisingly, there was another scolding on the internet. First of all, Zhao Lusi's fans. After the performance, Zhao Lusi's fans instantly exploded and scolded the organizer. It turned out that according to the original arrangement, Zhao Lusi's performance should have been longer, but who could have expected that a band in the middle was late, which directly led to Zhao Lusi's performance time being greatly shortened. This made the fans who were looking forward to it and paid money to buy tickets to watch their idol's performance very angry. They felt that they were severely cheated by the organizer. They came for Zhao Lusi, but they had to watch their idol give way to others and be wronged. Naturally, the fans were not happy. The fans started to make a fuss on the spot. Seeing that they could not stop the car, Zhao Lusi hurried to the stage to appease them, and said that she would ask the studio to send small gifts to the fans, which was considered to appease the fans. However, the fans on the scene were satisfied, and the netizens outside the scene started to criticize. Just a while ago, Zhao Lusi said that she suffered from depression. The somatic symptoms were so severe that she couldn't walk or eat, and her brain was fog. The description of the condition was so miserable that she thought she would not be able to survive in the next step. The fans were distressed, and they scolded the crew and director for cheating people and the company for exploiting them. They criticized everything they could, and vented their anger on their sister. But not long after that, she was singing and dancing at the music festival. It was a medical miracle. Zhao Lusi's attending physician could come out and walk a few steps. His medical skills were comparable to Miss Dong. Now netizens have accused her of deliberately exploiting depression, using depression as a tool to attract attention and hype, and seriously stigmatizing depression, a serious disease. After all, depression is a real disease that causes great harm to the patient's body and mind, and it cannot be ridiculed and consumed at will. Zhao Lusi's behavior has caused extremely bad effects in society, making people who don't understand depression think that this disease is just groaning without illness and is easy to treat, while people who are really sick can't say anything. In addition to the controversy of exploiting depression, Zhao Lusi's crossover from an actor to singing at a concert has also been complained by many netizens. In the eyes of many people, actors should act well and do their own jobs well, instead of crossing over to do things that are not related to their profession every few days. Besides, your acting skills are not very good, wouldn't it be better to think about your job in your spare time? But Zhao Lusi actually has her own hardships for doing this. Since the previous depression incident and the suspension of the broadcast of Little Courage starring her, her resources in the film and television industry and variety show industry have plummeted, and she can hardly get any decent work. In order to maintain her exposure and not be forgotten by the audience, she can only choose to participate in activities such as concerts. Of course, there is another point. For money, it is said that she can get 4 to 5 million appearance fees for this 7-minute performance. Who can't get along with money? However, Zhao Lusi's troubles are more than that. Recently, Zhao side has also made a lot of noise. Zhao team was exposed to reselling fan gifts, and repeatedly forced fans to apologize and clarify. The arrogant attitude is simply unbearable, and netizens scolded them as hype spirits. As luck would have it, Zhao Lusi and Zhao are quite close. They have worked together before, playing mother and daughter, and they have a good personal relationship. Netizens think that birds of a feather flock together, and the fact that these two can play together shows that they are not good people. Zhao Lusi is also very anxious now. She knows that she is now at the forefront of public opinion. If she is related to Zhengli again, her reputation will be completely ruined. Therefore, she is now secretly cutting ties with Zhengli, desperately trying to distance herself from her relationship with Zhengli, for fear of being implicated. I really advise Zhao Lusi to check her work team strictly. There must be a thief in her team. With this series of tricks, does she really not want to mix in the domestic entertainment industry? Zhao Lusi only sang for 7 minutes at the music festival, causing dissatisfaction, and the organizer was accused of poor coordination. Zhao Lusi's performance at the Yuanqi Forest Music Festival for only 7 minutes caused dissatisfaction among fans. The organizer explained that the process was delayed due to a traffic accident, but the audience questioned the coordination ability and the lack of emergency plans. Industry insiders pointed out that problems such as delayed transitions and advertising insertions exposed operational defects, and Zhao Lusi's return to the stage to appease fans and promised compensation won understanding. This storm reflects the gap between domestic music festivals and international standardized processes. On May 1, 2025, at the Yuanqi Forest Music Festival held in Beijing, Zhao Lusi's performance time was reduced from the original 30 minutes to about 7 minutes, causing strong dissatisfaction among fans, and the organizer's coordination ability was also questioned. According to many audience members on the scene, a band appeared more than 20 minutes later than the original time that day, resulting in the shortening of the performance time of subsequent artists such as Lao Lang, Lu Shuang, Travel Band, Jing Jun, and Cui Jian. Zhao Lusi, who appeared last, was the most affected and ended hastily after singing only 2 songs. After the performance, Zhao Lusi, who had changed out of her costume, returned to the stage to appease the fans, saying that it was because all the links were delayed, and that the studio would reimburse the fans for tickets and give gifts. On the evening of May 1, the official Weibo account of the Yuanqi Forest Music Festival stated that the performance time was delayed because of a sudden traffic accident on the way to the music festival that day, and adjusted the end time of the performance that night to 2200 hours, originally scheduled to end at 21:35, and the operation time of the subway and shuttle buses was also adjusted. However, the organizer's explanation failed to calm the anger of the audience and fans. Netizens questioned the organizer's time arrangement for Zhao Lusi and other performers, and there were nearly 20,000 messages expressing dissatisfaction in the comment area. Industry insiders pointed out that there were serious flaws in the design of the music festival process. Neither an emergency plan was formulated for the late arrival of guests, nor was the performance time of artists reasonably allocated, exposing the crude operation logic of treating artists as tools. Music critics also pointed out that the band was 20 minutes late, but the subsequent artists' compressed performance time accumulated to more than 1 hour, exposing the organizers' problems such as delaying transitions and repeated insertion of advertisements. Compared with the standardized process of international mature music festivals, domestic organizers often regard uncontrollable as a feature, which actually exposes the lack of professional teams and emergency plans. I can really feel that she is getting better and better. After dyeing her hair, she looks more energetic, and she looks more lively after gaining some weight. It takes courage to dare to try on stage. Aesthetics is subjective. Focusing on works in progress is the right way to chase stars. Sister continues to pursue her career beautifully. I feel that Zhao Lusi is really great. Even if she is unwell, she still insists on completing the performance. This professionalism is really admirable. I hope she can recover her health soon, and be happy and energetic every day. This is the positive energy that an artist should have. I look forward to her returning with a better state and continuing to shine on the stage and in her works. On May 1, in the boiling crowd of Beijing Olympic Park, thousands of eyes were fixed on the stage. When Zhao Lusi, who was supposed to be the last to appear, held the microphone and said "see you next time," the electronic screen showed that only 7 minutes had passed since she went on stage. The Yuanqi Forest Music Festival, which was known as the strongest lineup of the year, ended hastily with 2 songs and 5 minutes of interaction by the finale artist. the audience held up a light board with the words "Give me 30 minutes" and flooded the social platform. According to multiple sources, a band was nearly 2 hours late, which directly disrupted the overall process. But what really ignited public opinion was the way the organizer handled it. Neither the delay plan was launched nor the audience was informed in advance. When Zhao Lusi's team proposed to sing more, they were told that the overtime fine is 5 figures per minute. This reminds people of the famous saying of Fei Wang's agent Chen Jiaying, "Stage accidents are not terrible, but what is terrible is to treat accidents with arrogance." The fans' anger is not only about the shortened time. A ticket buyer posted a screenshot of the ticket purchase page, showing that the special surprise session was marked in the finale period. What was actually presented was 300 souvenirs purchased by the artist at his own expense. "We bought an audio-visual feast, not a blind box experience." A viewer who queued for 3 hours to receive a gift smiled bitterly. This practice of using material compensation instead of professional services has been dubbed by netizens as a new PUA routine for music festivals. Li Mu, a senior producer in the industry, made a sharp comment in his circle of friends: "The delay in the transfer is like a traffic jam in Beijing's evening rush hour." Experienced drivers know that they need to prepare a detour plan. Compared with the decisiveness of the organizer to activate the backup indoor venue when the heavy rain hit the Strawberry Music Festival 3 months ago, Yuanqi Forest's emergency response capabilities are indeed dwarfed. What is more worthy of vigilance is that some staff members privately disclosed the publicity of the flowchart is accurate to the second, but in actual implementation, the artist's duration was adjusted many times for inserting advertisements. This farce exposed the deformed ecology of the music festival market. When capital regards artists as investment promotion tools and fans as data cows, the so-called music feast becomes an assembly line fast food. Just like Cui Jian sang in Blue Bones, "We have new machines, but no new souls." Fortunately, Zhao Lusi's insistence on singing the chorus a cappella when she returned to the stage at least saved the artist's last dignity. When night falls, the neon lights of the Olympic Park are still flashing, but when the audience leaves, they are no longer discussing the melody and rhythm, but whether they should collectively defend their rights. Perhaps this accident can become an opportunity for industry reform. After all, the sincerity of fans is not a credit card, which can be repaid in installments if it is maxed out. When music festivals become a capital game, those who truly love music will always pay the bill. Maybe next time, the emergency plan should be engraved on the organizer's time clock. After all, for the audience, punctuality is not just a virtue, but a basic right that can be bought with money. What do you think about this? This concludes our new section. Welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments area. Let's discuss it together. Welcome, don't forget to give me a like and follow. Thank for all.